Good afternoon, Walden. We are here at the Big Rock area in Cherokee Park. My name is Gary Webb. I am a student and teacher of science at Walden School, an independent school. My associate, Tremaine Farrar, is the producer of this film, and she does all kinds of creative things at Walden. But what we hope that you're going to get out of this is that you and your family can maybe take this walk at home. We're calling this Walden Walks Big Rock. Now, standing behind me is a redbud tree. It's spectacular. Its scientific name is Canadensis, Cercius canadensis. We were supposed to do, the fifth graders were supposed to do a tree project. The sixth graders were supposed to do a plant project. But because of what's going on in the world today, and by the way, it is April the 10th, 2020, we can't do that. But anyway, so here is the American redbud right here. So welcome to Walden Walks Big Rock. Before we get started, I would like you to ponder a quote by Henry David Thoreau. Henry David Thoreau, Walden School is based on the philosophy of that great thinker. But this is what Walden said about nature. It's not what you look at in nature, it's what you see. So I want you to think about that quote. Again, Walden School based on the philosophy of Henry David Thoreau. Behind me, right there, is a Kentucky coffee tree. This used to be, once upon a time, it was the state tree of Kentucky. The tulip poplar was the first state tree, and then Phyllis George Brown made the Kentucky coffee tree our state tree, and then it went back to the tulip poplar. But when the pioneers first came to Kentucky, they would take the seed pods, which you can see, and they would actually make coffee out of it. So this is a Kentucky coffee tree, and we're pondering that quote by Henry David Thoreau. We are standing next to Beargrass Creek. This is the middle fork of Beargrass Creek. It starts at Oxmoor Farm, which is about 5 miles away. The Beargrass Creek was one of the most important waterways in Louisville when Louisville started in 1778. Again, Beargrass Creek. In 1901, the largest hardware store in the world was in Louisville, Kentucky. It was Belknap Hardware. In 1901, the Belknap family gave money to build the oldest bridge on Beargrass Creek. This is, again, the Belknap Bridge. It's the longest bridge across Beargrass Creek. It is made out of Louisville limestone, and I want you to notice that it is an arch bridge. In the sixth grade, students at Walden build bridges, and an arch bridge would be a good one. Now notice, dead in the middle is the keystone. So when you are in the sixth grade and you have to build a bridge, remember this Belknap Bridge, which is the biggest bridge along Beargrass Creek. By the way, there are 10 bridges in Cherokee Park. This is bridge number 9. It's the oldest and the longest bridge. In 1909, George Galbert was one of the biggest businessmen in the city of Louisville. This is the Galbert Pavilion. They built this so people who frequent the park could have a shelter in case it rained. Now, the Galberts lived on top of the hill in this really, really big house, which is no longer there. However, on Friday and Saturday nights, the citizens of Louisville would come here and party, and they would play music in 1909, 1910. And the Galberts were very religious, and they did not like the fact that they were playing music at the Galbert Pavilion. But now, the Galbert Pavilion, through the years, has been the scene, the site of many musical events. So the Galbert Pavilion. And there is a park on River Road named after the Galberts, and there is a street downtown Louisville. Galberts were the most influential families at the beginning of Louisville. We are standing in front of the widest part of Beargrass Creek. You can see the ripples behind us. Beargrass Creek flows over limestone that's 400 million years old. Widest part of Beargrass Creek. We are standing near the limestone cliffs in Cherokee Park. These cliffs are 400 million years old. They're made of Louisville limestone. Now, walking along the limestone cliffs, there are 4 springs. There is a spring behind, over there, an occluded spring, which is sort of oozing out of the ground. But the most interesting spring is this cave spring, where you can see the water coming out. Now, because of all the limestone, Louisville has karst topography, and it's not, there are caves in Louisville, but not really big caves because we don't have a sandstone cap. But if you look up there, you can see the entrance to the cave. It goes back 20 feet and it's 2 feet tall. As you see the water pouring out, there's all kinds of plants growing in all that water. There are liverworts, there are ferns, there's mosses, a great place for plant study. Standing by the creek, notice the pawpaw bush. It's flowering and it actually makes pawpaws. Have you ever heard the old song, Way Down Under the Pawpaw Patch? Raccoons eat pawpaws, all kinds of animals do. There's a pawpaw tree. Right here is something you need to know. This is a poison ivy vine. Leaves of 3-leaded bead. That is a poison ivy vine. Poison ivy can grow low to the ground, it can vine, or it can actually form a shrub like this is doing right here. Okay, poison ivy. We are standing at Big Rock. As you can see in the background, that is definitely a big rock. It fell out of this Louisville limestone probably 20,000 years ago. Okay, and again, Big Rock, this has been a popular gathering spot for the citizens of Louisville since 1778. People would actually take flatboats from the Ohio River up to Big Rock. Once upon a time, Beargrass Creek was a lot deeper. It has filled up due to sedimentation. This plant is called shepherd's purse. Now, it had white flowers, and you can see the little bitty purses on the side. You can still see the white flowers on the top. This is a wildflower. It's shepherd's purse. You can see that it's turned to seed. It's not very pretty right now, but all this is a patch of shepherd's purse. Let's go back to Thoreau's quote. It's not what you look at, it's what you see in nature. I have been walking this path for 60 years and I have never seen horsetail. I've always looked for horsetail, but this will be horsetail, which is a very, very rare plant. Walked this path for 60 years. I can't wait to see it green up and look out where it is. So hopefully you and your family are going to hike this trail and this will turn green and have beautiful reed-like structures. This is horsetail, equisetum. We are standing at what is left of Ward's Mill. In 1810, David L. Ward built a mill at this spot. Okay, that was 22 years after Louisville was founded. These are the millstones, and there was a mill behind us that these millstones were used in. David Ward built a lake. He had built a dam across here, and the water backed up all the way back to where bridge number 9 is. And he would log up the water so it would turn his paddle wheel. If you have ever been to Squire Boone Cavern or places that has a paddle wheel, you'll know what they're talking about. But this is Ward's Mill, what's left of it. Here we are standing at the Bernheim Bridge. Either in the 5th or 6th grade, we will go to Bernheim Forest on a field trip. Now, this bridge was named after Bernheim, who gave the money to start Bernheim Forest. Now, I want you to draw some attention. They just spent $1 million to refurbish this bridge. $1 million. Could you imagine trying to rebuild it? Now, this is an image of a dogwood flower. Now, over here, you have oak leaves on the front. This is one of the most beautiful bridges. And then on top of here, we have 4 urns. And these urns are finials. We need to take care of our parks because people damaged this bridge. They would actually break off the handles of the urn. Somebody once actually stole an urn. I don't quite understand. This belongs to us, the citizens of Louisville, and we need to take care of it. A bridge like this is amazing. Again, the Bernheim Bridge, built in 1928. A very gorgeous bridge. They just reopened it. They spent $1 million and a year and a half to fix it. Thank you for watching Walden Walks Big Rock. Here is the plaque that dedicates this bridge to the Bernheims, 1928. And again, hopefully you and your family in this time of social distancing can maybe take this walk. Maybe you could follow right down what you saw on this video, and hopefully you'll take this. But again, take care. I'm glad you watched the video. Thank you.